my god. See you later, bro.
It is finally here. Fortnite ranked. Oh my goodness. Or sort of. Yesterday, Fortnite brought out a tweet announcing the Fortnite ranked game mode. Essentially, they posted a teaser trailer, which is now playing in the background, of about 8 ranks popping up and saying, as quotes, "A new way to grab the victory royale is coming. Will you rise through the ranks?" Now, this has gotten a lot of buzz all around the Fortnite community, even from old players and people from other likes like Nathan Americas, for example, was also very hyped about this. Fortnite competitive is finally getting a ranked mode. Ranked is so integral to the success of a video game, especially through a competitive scene, that this is massive, massive news. But there is a lot of misconception about what the announcement is, and a lot of people are very confused whether or not this is a Core Royale or a Rocket League competitive game mode based on what leakers have said. So let's go through the facts. So the teaser trailer came out, and as we saw, and as I mentioned before, there are 8 ranks in total. Now, where people are getting confused is through the Sheena tweet. Sheena mentioned in his tweet the following: teaser for a ranked mode related to driving mode. Now, that was his initial tweet before he edited it later and added a question mark behind the word mode. So, a lot of people got themselves very, very confused because they thought, oh my god, it's a Fortnite driving competitive game mode. This is the end. It's horrible. Why is everyone going crazy? But Sheena was just speculating because there was another game mode that was announced to have a casual game mode and a ranked game mode on top of it, and that was a racing sort of simulator, a Fortnite racing competitive game mode, and they were speculating that this was related to it. But seemingly it is only speculation from Sheena's side that's getting everyone confused, and I think more than likely we actually are getting ourselves a nice little ranked game mode. But it might not be in the exact way that we all may think it is, and I have my theories on what it exactly is going to be. So let's take a look at what other people have said. First of all, it starts May 16th, so it starts in about 3 days from when this video is posted, 4 days since the initial announcement. Now, if this was a complete competitive ranked game mode, then surely it would have come out at the start of the next season, right? It wouldn't have started this season, because we're assuming that if we have a ranked game mode, it's going to be coupled and linking to the FNCS in a way to qualify, like the Elite Cup and the Divisional Cups we've had of previous seasons. But in this one, we're having it start in 3 days, and then we have about a month until the end of the season. So it doesn't make much sense as to why it would be hosted now if it was a proper ranked mode relating to the FNCS. So if it was that, then it probably would have been linked to an FNCS. So it probably isn't exactly what we think it's going to be. The second thing on top of that is the wording in the tweet that Fortnite Competitive posted. They said, a new way to earn a victory royale. Now, if they were talking about a complete ranked mode that was related to arena or some sort of ranked leaderboard, then they wouldn't have said a new way to earn a victory royale, right? It would have been a new way to qualify for FNCS, a new way to show your prowess, a new way to show you the best of the best, something like that. It wouldn't be talking about earning a victory royale, because victory royale is a very specific, and Fortnite loved the very specific wording. Victory royale is very specific to winning in a game of Fortnite. Now, what is a new way to win a victory royale then? Well, then we can speculate about zero builds maybe, but there's already victory royales in zero builds. If it's arena, there's already wins in arena, so it has to be related to a different type of game mode that isn't related to the main arena setting. Another piece of evidence, before I get to my final speculation on what I think it exactly is a tweet from Kraz, who is someone that works very deeply within the UEFN space, someone that has a game studio for creative and essentially tweets and talks about creative on a daily basis. And this is a person that's very trustworthy to sort of look at why he's talking about this, because he's very involved with Epic. He makes a lot of maps for Epic and a lot of their projects through his through his creative studio, Vicena. So if he's tweeting about it and he said, "Get ready, boys and girls," then maybe it's maybe it's talking about something relating to UEFN and creative in this sense. Now, I am going completely off the rails, Sherlock Holmes dumb stuff, you know, like, but when we have no information like this, it's easy to speculate, and I feel like the building blocks are fitting together here. So, what do I think this ranked game mode is? Well, I think it probably isn't going to be in the main island. I think it's going to be something relating to maybe a late game arena in UEFN, because we haven't had late game arena in a very long time. I think it's either relating to maybe 2v2s or maybe 1v1s, or some sort of creative matchmaking process to where you have a new way to grab the Victory Royale crown, but in a ranked mode type of way. Because these symbols and these icons that we see are new icons, not the ones we had from Arena before, where we had 10 different divisions. These are 8 different ranks, so it has to be related to something else and something different. And my best guess is it's going to be some sort of Lake Arena or UFN map where you're going to have a best rank and hopefully some sort of prize pool. Who knows? But we can only speculate until it comes out on May 16th. So in 3 days from now, we'll be very sure on the Tuesday update it comes out. People can start playing it and grinding it in the off season. Now, if it is an actual ranked game mode, let's talk about whether or not this is a good or a bad thing for Fortnite. Well, if it's buffed out and it's the perfect ranked game mode, it is exactly what we wanted, the things of our dreams, something like League of Legends, Valorant, CSGO ranked matchmaking, perfect. Fortnite is absolutely saved. Not that it needed saving, Fortnite's doing well, but Fortnite is on an upwards trajectory then. People have something new to stream, people have something to grind, people have something to watch. Me personally will be able to do a ranked game mode viewing party every single day when there's not tournaments on to see how pros practice. You know, it's a very good thing for the overall atmosphere for Fortnite. But if it's not exactly what we think, because we have seen Epic try this before, they did some sort of scrim system in game a few months, maybe even a year ago at this point, and it was a complete flop, right? We didn't have stacked games, the queue times were long, it wasn't exactly what we wanted to do. So hopefully with that test, they learned something new from it, and they're coming up with a different way to sort of have more stacked games, have better practice for the players. And one of the ways that has to be done at the end of the day is probably through some sort of incentive. If there is zero incentive for this ranked game mode, there's no leaderboard that qualifies you to a big tournament, there's no money prize pool, for example, there's... let's be honest, if it's not monetary based, then the players won't care, especially the top level where obviously ranked is the main focus. People want to be at the highest level, and that's what's going to bring the views up because that's what people want to see. So it doesn't have that sort of incentive, and it's something like a skin, V-Bucks, a weapon wrap. It's not going to be as good, and it's not going to be as well practiced for the big players and the professional Fortnite players at all. And then they go back to scrim servers, this becomes a new arena, and it's a big old flop all around the board. Am I excited? Yes, I'm very excited to see what this is. Even though it messes up with EU scrims and NA scrims and all that stuff, it still gives us a multitude of content to look at. It gives people something to play. It gives more people eyes on the game and something to grind, because that's what people want. People want to grind something. Playing a tournament every single week is fun too, but the grind and showing off that you're the best player on the leaderboard, there's nothing like it in any video gaming experience. And that's what motivates players to do better and become better all around the board. So this is a good thing, regardless of what it is, as long as it's executed well. Last thing I want to talk about very quickly on my FNCS Grand Finals predictions. As of now, the FNCS Grand Finals starts in 4 hours from now. 5 hours from now, it's now 2 p.m. That's 7 p.m. Amsterdam time. We'll be live doing a viewing party with a big giveaway, $500 plus every single day for the finals. If you want to get in on that, watch my stream tonight when we're doing our Grand Finals viewing party, because there's a lot to be given away and some very fun moments to be had. But I want to talk about the predictions and things we've got to do and who I think is going to end up taking this FNCS Grand Final. So I'm going to start from 5th down to 1st place, my explanations, and we'll go from there. So my 5th place team I'm going to pick is Vidil and Mr. Savage. Now, they've had a very good run in the FNCS. In the weekly finals, they've had a 2nd place multiple times. They've done well in finals lobbies, but the reason why I'm not putting them higher up in this situation is because they're a team that typically just struggles to do well in a finals lobby. Now, they did get 2nd once in the weekly finals, sure, but looking at the way they've been playing the past few weeks, it has always been on the factor of solo clutching. They haven't been able to find a duo endgame. They haven't been able to win many games either. So they're always relying on one person, either Vidil or Savage, to solo clutch because they go for different plays, end up being eliminated, and that's just not a consistent way of playing Fortnite. So if on the day, in the next 2 days, they're able to play 12 games consistently out as a duo in endgame, and they will make endgame because they're very good at the mid game, then they're going to be even higher in the leaderboard. And maybe I could talk about potentially putting them as an FNCS winner this season. But the way that they've currently been playing, it feels a little bit too sloppy now, especially with ODMs being removed. It takes away a lot of the way they can play, the W key heavy strategy to get surge early on from the teams to the west. But for now, I think 5th place is very generous for them. But, you know, you never know. Maybe they turn it on for FCS Grants and we could see them battling for the top. 4th place for me is Swizzy and Shamaki. Now, this team has probably been one of the most impressive, I think, out of any other team in Europe. They've shown very strong form throughout multiple weeks. They didn't end up making the last weekly finals, but in the weekly finals and the Duo Cash Cup finals that they have played, they've always been a contender to win every single game. They're one of the few teams that contest on height. There are a few teams that always take high ground, and if you see a Citadel zone, I can guarantee they are getting top 3 that game. So if we have a lot of Citadel zones, they could do a lot better, they could do a lot worse, but overall Swizzy and Shamaki have looking like one of the most consistent duos in Europe right now, and I'm very excited to see what they can do while being uncontested. However, it's not guaranteed that they're uncontested, because to the west there's Floki Command and then Podosai and Snazy contesting each other. But Podosai and Snazy have been known to land at Citadel, and obviously landing on another French team doesn't seem that likely either. So it's not guaranteed that Swizzy and Shamaki get it uncontested, but if they do, we'll keep them in mind, because they're going to be very good and could win multiple games in finals, because they are primed up recently. My 3rd place pick, and this one might be a little bit surprising, but it's going to be Murstache and Tayson. Even though they've been in hot form recently and they've been doing very well, they won FNCS Grand Finals last season. They don't look like as strong as they were last season during Grand Finals, but you never know with Tayson always turning it up in FNCS Grands. They've been a little bit shaky, they've been crumbling a little bit in terms of chemistry. We've had the McDonald's incident, which we're not going to talk about anymore, but Murstache and Tayson have been not as confident as they were before. To the south, they have Chulix and Chicho and Slappy, which is a relatively new Slappy team, so they might not be that familiar with the inner workings of how Slappy works, and therefore that might make Tayson and Mercer struggle a little bit more for Storm Surge, especially because they're a team that doesn't practice that much. So Storm Surge might come a little bit harder to them if they have a south team that doesn't really cooperate with trading Surge all around the board. So I think a 3rd play for Mercer and Tayson, just because they're just very good as a duo and they should get at least a top 5, and top 3 is, very good for them. I think top 3 is the pick this time. Now, my choice between 1st and 2nd here was a very tough one. And if you watched our live stream with Kinch and Sven a few days ago, then you'd see that my prediction there was a little bit different. But I'm going to put 2nd place for Cammy and Seti. Now, I can see a world where Cammy and Seti win. I can see it very clearly. Just depends on how Queasy and Veno are doing on the day. Spoiler, that's the winners. But Cammy and Seti have had an upwards trajectory in recent times, having multiple, after the not qualifying past Opens week 1, they got 2nd in one of the finals. They've been constantly doing well when they have good zones. They've been playing good Fortnite. They've been playing consistently. They've been making end game and getting those consistent placements every single game. But the format doesn't really fit them. So it's very entirely dependent on Queasy and Veno doing well for Cammy and Seti to have a shot at winning this FNCS Grand Final. If Queasy Veno are just coming out the gate strong, winning every single game, then Cammy and Seti can't catch up through consistency because they just don't get enough eliminations. So 2nd place, I think, is a safe bet here to bet on Cammy and Seti. Last but not least, and you already said it, Queasy Veno are going to take home the win. Now, they are cursed from what we've seen in previous FNCS seasons. In the last season in Chapter 3, they landed, I believe, they landed Shifty Shafts, and they were the best team that season, but didn't end up winning. Janice Video won, FNCS Invitational, North Slappy, again, the best team that everyone predicted. They were coming in super hot, got 2nd place. Last FNCS, they were again the majority favorites, came in very strong, won Elite Cups, won multiple ones, dominating finals, but then when it came into FNCS, just fell short, weren't able to perform on the day, 3rd place in that FNCS. So the question is, can they do it this time? They just won the Duo Cash Cup yesterday, which is kind of a bad thing, because every time they've had very good form before Grands, they ended up faltering slightly or just having a very poor day 1. So hopefully they're able to take the momentum from yesterday and prime themselves up for Grand Finals today. But this isn't the most confident I've been in a prediction for 1st place. Last season, I would have said with ease that Queasy and Veno were winning, but this season, you never know, man. They seem to be cursed. But I'd be stupid not to put them on top because they have been the team that showed the most promise. They've been looking better than every other duo, and it just depends on the day whether or not they can keep their nerves in check, if they can keep it together, and show off why they've been the best duo for the past 4 seasons, because they were. And I think it is their FNCS to lose, and hopefully doesn't put too much pressure on them, but they should win and end up winning this one because they're in one of the best spots on the map, the easiest spot to go through. Purple Katanas every single game. They've been playing super well. They're smart. They get a lot of kills, and it is theirs to win at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be live at 6 p.m. Amsterdam time, 5 p.m. UK for the grand finals. We're going to do a lot of money giveaways, so stop by if you're interested in that. Otherwise, just hang out and watch the FNCS grand finals. It's going to be a great time. Thank you for watching. Much love. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.